I know I pronounced the brand wrong. I've pronounced it that way since I was a little lad, and I find it really hard to pronounce it correctly. But from today, for you guys at home, we are going to try and pronounce it correct. Welcome back, folks. I'm Lloyd Purvis and this is Run4Adventure. Today we are back with another 50-mile shoe review, and we are taking a look at these bad boys, the Saucony Endorphin Speed. The Endorphin Speed is part of the exciting Endorphin range from Saucony. It starts off with the Shift, which is their very cushioned, high volume mileage training shoe. The Speed slots nicely in the middle. It's a speedwear interval tempo run shoe. And then the range tops out with their out and out carbon plated racer, the Endorphin Pro. Right, just before we get stuck into this review, we are going to address an issue that we've been having at the channel whenever I review Saucony shoes. I hope you noticed I pronounced it Saucony correctly, not Saucony. I know I've been pronouncing it incorrectly. I know I have. I've pronounced it that way since I was a little kid, and I find it really hard to pronounce it correctly. But from today, guys, we are going to make a big effort for you at home, and we are going to try and pronounce it correctly and call it Saucony. So if you do hear me calling it wrong, let me know in the comments below. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's give you a few facts and figures on the Endorphin Speed. The shoe retails in the UK at £155. When it comes to the weight of the shoe, in a men's 9.5 UK, it is 244 grams, and in a women's shoe, it is 192 grams. It runs off an 8mm offset, so we have a 35.5 stack on the heel and a 27.5 stack on the forefoot. The shoe is available in two colourways when it comes to men and women. We've got the mutant colourway that we are reviewing today, but it also comes in a black and gold colourway. When it comes to the size and fit of the shoe, I'm a 9.5, this is a 9.5, fits like a glove, so true to size. When it comes to talking about the construction of the new Endorphin Speed, we have to talk about this midsole first. There is a lot of new tech from Saucony worked into that midsole, starting with this new Power Run PB compound. It is a Pebax based compound. Quite a few of the speedy shoes at the moment are using Pebax based compounds in their midsoles. This PB compound is all about energy return and trying to reduce fatigue while we're putting in the training and racing mileage. Within that midsole, you get an S-shaped plate. It's not a carbon plate like you get in the Endorphin Pro, but it is a composite plate. It's designed to give you that nice snap on toe off, but also to give you a little bit more flexibility through that midsole and a slightly lower price point. The shoe also has Saucony's new speed roll technology worked into that midsole. This unique geometry is designed to give you that lively rolling feel underfoot, but it's also there to make the shoe feel instantly responsive but natural all at the same time. When it comes to the upper on the Endorphin Speed, it is constructed out of a lightweight, breathable, engineered mesh. The heel collar, we've got a good level of structuring and also a fair level of padding around that heel collar. When it comes to the tongue, again, a reasonable level of padding for a performance shoe, and it's a gusseted tongue, so it's going to give you that nice lockdown and specific hold around the midfoot of Speed. And then finishing off on the outside of the shoe, we've got some 3D printed overlays giving you structure where needed. Right, so that's a few facts and figures and a bit of info about the construction of the shoe, but let's go into a bit more detail on how we felt running 50 miles in the Endorphin Speed. First things first, let's go through the things that we've really liked about running in the Endorphin Speed. You might want to sit down, put your feet up, relax, because this might take some time. We're going to start from the top and work our way down through the shoe. So when it comes to the upper, this upper is super comfortable straight out of the box. It feels very light, very airy, very breathable around the foot. You don't really notice you've got it on. And then you pair that super light upper with that gusseted tongue that gives you a really lovely, comfortable lockdown around that midfoot. You feel super dialed into this shoe, which for me is a big feature in a running shoe, especially when it's a performance-based shoe. Even though the upper in the Endorphin Speed is very fitted and very secure around that midfoot, you feel like you've got a really good level of width in the toe box. On some of the longer runs, once my feet had expanded, I still felt I had a good depth, plenty of wiggle room and a nice sort of airy, roomy feel in that toe box. When it comes to the comfort of the upper in general, a very comfortable place to be, a good level of cushioning around that heel collar, a nice bit of structure with the heel cup in the shoe, a bit more structured than the Endorphin Pro, and then again the same thing in the tongue of the shoe, just the right balance of cushioning and padding, so not too much, not too little, no irritation from the laces through that tongue. So even on the longer runs it was a very, very comfortable place to be. And the last thing I'm going to mention is the laces. It was so nice to see a pair of laces that is the correct length. In a lot of the shoes I get nowadays, you pull them laces down, they're so long you've got to sort of triple tie them to stop them flapping around. So a nice touch on the Endorphin Speed, a pair of laces that's the correct length. Right, so let's talk about this brilliant midsole. I am a massive fan of the Power Run Plus compound from Saucony, and now I'm an even bigger fan of the Power Run PB compound. Since our initial review on the channel, I've had quite a few questions from people saying, is the compound very soft and very squishy, and do you feel like you're losing a bit of energy? The answer to both of them questions is definitely no. This Power Run PB midsole is a Pebax based compound, so if I grab it, it looks very soft and feels very squishy, but then you get that under your midfoot and you get out running in it, it doesn't feel like that at all. It is a soft compound. I'd say it's not Hoka Clifton soft, but when you run, you can feel it compressing, but then it feels like it's returning lots of energy, giving you lots of rebound and feedback. So it makes this midsole very lively, pretty damn responsive, and very comfortable all at the same time. So you have that super quick Power Run PB compound, and then you've got that composite S-shaped plate work through the midsole, and then you throw in Saucony's new speed roll geometry, which is designed to help you through forward motion. Kind of feels like you're being slightly tipped forward, and then it's helping you roll through to toe off. What I personally found in the shoe was I was trying to keep up with that roll in motion, and the only way I could do it was to run quicker in the shoe, which I suppose is a pretty good feature to have in a shoe designed for speed. Working our way down through the shoe, last but not least, we need to talk about the outsole. On the outsole of the Endorphin Speed, it is coated with Saucony's carbon rubber in the high wear areas, so trying to keep the weight down but still offering you a good level of durability and a good level of traction. I personally found out on the roads it offered a great level of grip. I had no issues with the grip in this shoe whatsoever. So when you pair all them things up, this lovely lightweight, very breathable, very well fitted upper with this awesome Power Run PB midsole, the TPU composite plate, and this carbon rubber on the outsole, you are left with a very comfortable, super lightweight, very fast performance running shoe. Normally at this part of the review is where we discuss the things that we haven't gotten on with, or we go through the things that maybe we could change to improve the shoe. This hasn't really happened with the Endorphin Speed. We have loved every aspect of this running shoe. The one thing I will mention is it's quite a deep midsole in this shoe. So if you're not used to running in a deep midsoled shoe, it might take you a bit of time to get used to it. It might feel a bit odd to begin with. So it's not as crazily deep as an Alphafly Next Percent, but 35.5 and 27.5 on the midsole, it is quite deep. And what I did find was running corners at speed, I had to take quite a wide line and I had to really focus and concentrate because the midsole's not that stable when you're running quickly round tight corners. And the last thing I'm just going to mention, I know the shoe isn't built to run slowly, it's a performance shoe built for speed, but I set out with the intention to do a couple of slower recovery pace runs. First 5 minutes it was fine. Before I knew it, this Power Run PB compound and the speed roll technology kicked in and I was 6:30 sub 7 minute miling. So if you're looking for a shoe that's going to cross over to all avenues of your running, I think in the Endorphin Speed you might really struggle when it comes to your recovery days. That's an insight into how we felt running 50 miles in this good looking shoe. But by now you know we like to score shoes when we do an in-depth review at Run4Adventure. So let's get some scores on the new Saucony Endorphin Speed. The first thing always to score at Run4Adventure is price. The Endorphin Speed retails in the UK at £155. Now normally we would mark a running shoe down for costing that sort of price point, but you've got to put it into context. The shoes this is kind of competing against Alphafly Next Percent, Meta Racer from ASICS, Endorphin Pro, the New Balance Fuel Cell TC are all a lot more expensive than this shoe. So shoes that will handle speed work, intervals and crossover as your fast day race shoe. It's actually a pretty good price point. So the Endorphin Speed has got to score pretty high when it comes to price, and we're going to give it a price busting 8 out of 10. Next on the list is comfort and performance. So let's talk about comfort first. First time out of the box, I was amazed at the feel and fit of this upper. Super breathable, really nice fit, really well held in that midfoot, nice and padded through the ankle and in that tongue. So very, very comfortable around the foot and underfoot. Performance, this Power Run PB compound, that plated midsole, and then you throw in that speed roll technology. All this shoe wants to do is run super quick. It wants to push you to your limits of speed. So comfort and performance, the Endorphin Speed has to score high. It almost got a 10 out of 10, but it's still going to come in with a super strong 9 out of 10. Number 3 on the list is durability, and the shoe looks to be holding up really well, especially for a lightweight strip back shoe. No signs of fatigue on the upper at all, no signs of fatigue at the flex points of that upper. The outsole, that carbon rubber, holding up really well to the mileage. And what's a good thing to see as well, I don't know whether you saw our Kinvara 11 review. After 50 miles, a lot of these 3D printed overlays were peeling off the shoe. None of that happening in the Endorphin Speed, which is a great thing to see. We'll get a real good idea of durability when we do our 200-mile review of the shoe, but for now, it looks really strong, it looks really well put together, so it's going to score a very respectable 8 out of 10 for durability. Last but not least is looks. We always say it's super subjective, it's just my take on the look of this shoe, but I have to be honest, I love this shoe. I know it won't be everybody's cup of tea, but I look at this shoe, all I want to do is get it on my feet, get out the door and run as quick as I possibly can in this shoe, and that's how a running shoe built for speed should make you feel. I know not everybody's going to be a fan of this white and bright colorway design, but I'm a big fan of all the mutant colorways this season from Saucony. The shoe also comes in a black and gold colorway, which I'm not that keen on, but I do love this shoe. So we're going to have a drum roll, we're going to build up the tension, and the Endorphin Speed for looks is going to come in with a top scoring big fat 10 out of 10. So tallying up all them scores at Run4Adventure, the Endorphin Speed scores one of our highest scores ever for a running shoe on the channel, and it comes in with an awesome 35 out of 40. So let's wrap this review up with a quick conclusion. It's great to see a shoe that has been super hyped, and then when you get a pair of them shoes and you get out running in it, it lives up to all that hype the brand has created. The Endorphin Speed is definitely that shoe. I had to wait a long time to get a pair of these on my feet, but it was definitely worth the wait. So if you're in the marketplace for a fast shoe for your training, speed work intervals, tempo runs, crossing over as a race day shoe, or you're trying to achieve a marathon PB or half marathon PB, I would definitely consider taking a look at the Endorphin Speed. It's fast, it's comfortable, and it's damn good looking. So yet another impressive running shoe from Saucony in 2020. We were predicting great things for Saucony in 2019, in 2020, but to be honest, the shoes are performing even better than we thought they would. But that is a wrap on another review at Run4Adventure. Really hope you enjoyed it, guys. If you did, give us a big thumbs up. Don't forget, come along, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, but hit that bell notification. Super important to hit that bell, because then you'll be notified when we upload any new content. We have left a link in the description for the Endorphin Speed and the Endorphin range. If you want to find out any more information about this super exciting range of shoes, please click that link and do so. And feedback, guys, are you running in any of the Endorphin shoes? We'd love to know how you're feeling about them. Are you enjoying them? Do you find them super comfortable and top performing shoes? Get them comments down below. Also, you can follow us on our other social media platforms, whether it be Instagram, Facebook or Strava. But thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video. And as always, stay safe and keep on running.